This is Super Yacht News with E. Sisman.
Hi, welcome back to the channel. Okay, we've got a bit of an odd one to start with. The Ukrainian government sent out a press release 14th of November that was dated saying that they'd finally approved the sale of the 95-meter Fed ship motor yacht Royal Romance, once owned by pro-Russian Ukrainian Viktor Medvedchuk. Now, the yacht was seized in 2022 whilst it was laid up in Rijeka in Croatia by the Croatian government. And the yacht remains in Croatia in a shipyard in Trogir, which is further south from Rijeka. The yacht has been under Ukraine's Asset Recovery and Management Agency, also known as ARMA, since 2022. And this is the first time an asset has been seized by a foreign government and handed over to Ukraine so they can sell it and use the money for the war effort against Russia. Now, the Ukrainian cabinet has apparently granted permission to sell the yacht, and they say that this is the first time in Ukraine's history that the government has regulated the sale of confiscated property abroad, because the boat's still in Croatia, right? Usually it would be repatriated and then it would be dealt with there, but obviously they can't do that right now. Now, the agency said they've received confirmation from 4 international auction houses of their interest in organising the sale of Royal Romance, believed to be worth $200 million. So that's the story based on the press release. However, if you remember, we reported in August saying that the yacht had already been sold. Now, this was based on information that came from sources close to the yacht that wished to remain anonymous. They also told us that the new owner was a Russian, which is all very strange when you can, all things considered. So we checked once again with our sources and sent them the press release from ARMA, figuring there's been some sort of mistake, but they again confirmed that the yacht has already been sold. Now, obviously we can't confirm this independently, but our sources have been reliable in the past. So how can both of these things be true? Well, they can't really, can they? So we've contacted Ukraine's Asset Recovery and Management Agency, and we've asked them to, we've asked them that very question. So far, we've received no reply. However, it hasn't been that long since we emailed them, so we have to give them some time to try to reply. If we get a response from them, we will obviously bring that to you. Now, the reason why the vessel was seized is because it was owned by Viktor Medvedchuk. Now, he was a lawyer in Ukraine, and at one time he was the opposition leader of a pro-Russian party in Ukraine. He was also believed to be, when Russia invaded and they thought they were going to take the country in 3 days, it was believed that Vladimir Putin was going to put him in as the president. Viktor Medvedchuk is married to a TV personality, Oksana Marchenko. Also, his connection with the Russian president goes deep because Vladimir Putin is the godfather of Medvedchuk's daughter. Now, he was charged with treason in Ukraine and was held in house arrest awaiting trial. When the war broke out, he escaped house arrest and was on the run for a time, something that he denies, but he was recaptured and then put back in detention. And eventually he was handed over to Russia as part of a prisoner swap last year, bearing in mind that he's a Ukrainian citizen, right? But apparently Russia wanted him as part of a prisoner swap. That's a very strange story. Like I said, both things can't be true, right? So it's possible that they've just announced the sale, but they've already sort of done the deal. But they're also talking about, these auction houses and stuff like that. So it's a bit of a weird one, and we're going to keep on top of it, and we'll get back to you when we have more on that information. So we'll move on to our next story now, and this is about US Marshals seizing a yacht. So the US Marshals have seized a yacht owned by embattled developer Rishi Kapoor. Kapoor and his Miami-based real estate company Location Ventures have been hit with a wave of lawsuits from investors, contractors and lenders alleging investment losses, non-payment and missed mortgage payments. And Kapoor is also facing multiple investigations from law enforcement, including a criminal public corruption probe by the FBI. Now, just before all of that stuff happened and his company unraveled, he'd secured a loan for $4.3 million from Unibank for savings. However, just 8 months later, the Miami federal judge granted Unibank's motion to seize the yacht after the financial institution sued Kapoor and his wife for allegedly defaulting on the loan. That's based on court records. So now there are US Marshals fishing on board and drinking beers on his dime. I just made that last bit up, of course. Okay, so we'll move on. We have had a number of sightings of Motor Yacht Nord in recent videos, as you know. Well, Motor Yacht Nord, which switched off her AIS after leaving Oman a few days ago, has finally made it to a port. We suggested that they may be going to Dubai, but the yacht is actually in Zayed port in Abu Dhabi. And we have some photos sent in by a couple of subscribers who want to remain anonymous, and it shows the yacht docked shortly after arriving. Now, the yacht has been in a location where oil rig support vessels are stationed overnight. However, we suspect the yacht is headed there for the final round of the Formula One season, as it's held at the Yacht Marina, which is in Abu Dhabi. So likely the owner will be on board at that event. There's no other reason why the boat would go there unless the owner wasn't planning to be there, unless he chartered the boat, which, as far as we know, that is not a thing with that boat. Now, staying in the Middle East, saw some social media images of cruise ships in the last days in Dubai. But in the shot, you can clearly see Motor Yacht A docked there where she's been for the last 18 months now in Dubai. In the second photo, one photo is showing these cruise ships, and you can see in the foreground is Motor Yacht A. The second photograph is from the cruise ship looking in the other direction, and again you can see A there laid up in the marina there. Now, the cruise ship that they're focusing on there is called a Celebrity Edge. The yacht, of course, belongs to Andrei Melnichenko, who was sanctioned last year. He also has another yacht which is arrested in Trieste in Italy, which is called Sailing Yacht A. All right, so we've got a video here. This is surfaced of wreckage from the storm that hit Mexico last month. Hurricane Otis devastated parts of Mexico, and the yachting and boating community were hit hard. This is in Playa Larga, which is in Acapulco. And as you can see, it is absolute carnage with many boats destroyed. All right, we'll move on to another story. This is a render of the in-build yacht project signature. Now, this is a very secretive build. Very little is known about this yacht, except that the vessel is currently being built by Amels in the Netherlands. Now, the build is believed to be a 120 meter, which is 390 feet in length. The hull was constructed at the Amels yard in Romania, as we reported on at the time, and it was towed to the Netherlands by tug to be finished at that facility in the Netherlands. The project was originally managed by Imperial Yachts until they were sanctioned, and the project is now being managed by Devastation Maritime, a company started by a former member of Imperial Yachts. The owner is Russian, and because of the sanctions laws in the Netherlands, the vessel can't be delivered to the owner regardless of the person, whether the person is sanctioned or not. So most likely the owner will seek to sell the yacht to someone who is not Russian nor sanctioned, in line with the Dutch government, based on previous sales such as Motor Yacht Genesis, which was supposedly sold from Vagis de Lekperov, who was the former owner of Heesen Yachts in the Netherlands. Of course, the other option is that the person can wait until the sanctions are resolved, end of the war, etc., before collection. All right, so we'll move on. We've got a yacht spot. It is Friday after all, so we do a yacht spot here. Now, this is a yacht spot by the Eastman Sea Dog Troy Taylor, a broker at City Centre Yachts in Miami. He spotted the 110 metre or 360 foot Motor Yacht Kaos and Motor Yacht Infinity together docked in a private marina near the cruise ship terminal in Miami. Now, Kaos crew probably happy to be in a secured private marina after recent experiences with idiots spraying the yachts with paint twice whilst in Spain recently. Kaos is owned, of course, by Walmart and Nancy Walton Lorry, and next to her is the 117 metre or 383 foot Motor Yacht Infinity, owned by Eric Smith. Both yachts were built by Ocean Co. in the Netherlands, and both are valued at around $300 million. So there's $500 million worth of yachts right there. What I'm going to be doing in this series of vlogs is recording the journey across the Atlantic. If you want to see the 10-part vlog I was on crossing the Atlantic through the Panama Canal and beyond. Sign up to patreon.com/esysman. You'll find behind the scenes videos and extras not published on YouTube, including behind the scenes videos of our recent trip to Italy, Monaco and France. And we also recently made a video showing how we make the SuperYacht News videos, as well as the Patreon chat series, the Patreon only Q&A series where you can ask questions answered in Patreon only videos. You'll also get early access to YouTube features advert free. Now we've got a video coming out on Sunday, covered by the likes of the paparazzi, for example. Now in fact the paparazzi are actually banned from entering the Principality, which is a feature, but it's already been on the Patreon channel since Monday, so almost a week ahead. So if you sign up, you can watch that video now. And like I said, all future features come early. All right, guys, if you've got any information about any of the stories here or any other stories, please be sure to get in touch. You can get us on the email address in the ticker. You can get us on the About page of the YouTube channel. You can get us on Instagram, on Facebook Messenger, on Twitter, and you can also get us on Threema. Please be sure to like this video. Very important for the algorithm. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell for future notifications. All right, guys, have a great Friday, and I'll catch up with you over the weekend. All right, bye-bye.